Today, I'm being inducted into the All Sports Museum of Southern New Jersey, and I'm stoked. Going Ike, brought to you by Abu Garcia.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our All Sports Museum, and a special welcome to Mike and his family. We're really honored to be able to honor him. Our committee's been talking about some of the people that we have in our induction, and we don't have a fisherman. We never had a fisherman. I mean, we got all kind of people in there: Hall of Famers, baseball Hall of Famers, NFL Hall of Famers, World Series champs, female umpires. But Mike's our first fisherman, so you're in a special class, Mike. Okay.
The history of our museum, the original front section of the building, if you've been through on a tour, was constructed in the 1960s by volunteers with volunteer materials. And the rear section, which is the other room back here, the tournament room, was constructed in the early 1970s, was funded by donations from the annual Bridgeton Invitational Baseball Tournament that's held yearly at Alden Field across the street. The all-purpose room, the room that we're in now, was built in the early 2000s with a matching grant from the state of New Jersey with funds bequeathed by Carl and Peg Gray, and it's known as the Carl and Peg Gray Wing. In the 1990s, the New Jersey State Legislature officially recognized us as the official All Sports Museum of Southern New Jersey. We serve Burlington and Ocean counties south to Cape May, so we have a wide area that we cover that we have inductees come from. And we're also a 501c3 nonprofit, and we rely entirely on donations. This month, January of 2025, marks 50 years that we've been open to the public. We opened January 1st, 1975.
I have to admit, I've never actually done this for Mike before, and anytime he's asked me to speak, I've said no. A few years ago, as many of you know, Mike was inducted into the Bass Fishing Hall of Fame, which was absolutely incredible because you're chosen by your peers. And so, for those of you that know some of the humor, it was finally proof that he was part of the community. And they recognized him for what he'd given to the sport, and that, you know, all those years of him being this crazy, loud New Jersey guy, he finally was accepted, and they admitted, yeah, you have left your mark, you have been an amazing angler, and you've made a difference. And that's what that Hall of Fame truly represented, I think, for us and everything. So in my mind, we'd kind of had Mike inducted into like the cream of the crop, like the place where you'd want to be inducted. So then when Anthony reached out and he was like, we'd like to induct Mike into the All Sports Museum, I'm like, this is a whole new level of cool. Like, you know, because the one thing that everybody knows about Mike in this room and all over the country, anyone who's connected with bass fishing, is that Mike's from South Jersey. And there's not a lot of anglers that come from South Jersey. And so now, not only do all the people in this room and everyone who's been connected to him through Don and Roberta, real little, all his grade school friends that are here, everyone who fished with him in clubs as he came up through the years and then made it to the Federation, it kind of legitimizes for everyone here and for Mike that he's been recognized, and he is not just an angler, it's not just, you know, fishing, but he's an athlete, and he's going to be in a museum with baseball players, football players. I mean, he reached the highest level, the pinnacle of his sport, and he gets to be recognized here coming right from South Jersey. So there was a piece that was really awesome, and I wanted to make sure so many other people in this area got to celebrate it with you, which is why so many people awesomely are here today. I think as I sat back and reflected, I was kind of like, that's exceptional that he gets to be recognized as a fisherman amongst football players, baseball players. But like, what really makes somebody the absolute best or the most amazing or the tip top, like that exceptional Hall of Fame worthy athlete in any sport? So I kind of pondered over it because I'm nerdy like that. And I kind of came up with there's three things. I think those people are born with a God-given talent. And I don't think any of us can deny that Mike has that God-given talent. He's an exceptional fisherman. But there's so many other exceptional fishermen. So what else do you have to have? You have to have drive. You have to, it's almost like an obsession, I think, is how so many people describe it, athletes of any sport. There's not a day that goes by in our house that fishing isn't talked about in some way, shape, or form. There's probably not even 2 hours that pass without fishing being brought up. There's probably not a day that goes by that Mike isn't either on the water, tinkering. I mean, people ask what his hobbies are, and I'm like, fishing? Like, it's always fishing. For those people who live in our area, you probably see him out on our lake or another lake. If Mike starts to get, as most people refer to, maybe like hangry when they don't eat, Mike has the same version when he doesn't fish. So if too many days go by and he hasn't been on the water, we basically kick him out of the house. He has to go fishing. So those are the first two things. I think you have to have that God-given talent. There's number one. You have to have that drive, that obsession, that thing that like you are all consumed with whatever that thing is that you're great at. The third piece, I think, is the part that most people don't recognize or realize unless you are connected to one of these people. And it's the sacrifice. And we can all sit here and say, yeah, I understand sacrifice. Okay, you don't get to do certain things. No, you are willing to walk away from basically everything that probably is important to you. You put at risk relationships. You put at risk jobs. You put at risk so many things you sacrifice because that thing has to come first. That thing that drives you has to be that number one thing. And that's not easy. It's not easy for that person. It's not easy for the people that are around that person. And this is not a slight. I'm just saying, this is what I find that they have to be. So they don't make it to friends' weddings. They miss graduations. They're not there for prom. Let's be honest, Mike had four kids. 4 children. He was fortunate enough to watch all 4 of them born. Only one was driven home. Just to put it in perspective, he made it, and then he had to go. There was 1 kid out of 4 that he got to drive home. Those sacrifices are immense. What I want to say is that you ended up in the right family because Don and Roberta always got it. You have exceptional friends from grade school that are still sitting here. Like, they got it. These club guys, they got it. We get it. The 4 kids and I, we get it. You know what I mean? To watch you go after your dreams is exceptional. And to achieve all this is exceptional because the 4th thing that you have that probably, I don't know if the rest of them have, but you have love and kindness. So when you are home and you are with us, we all know how much you love us. And we accept the sacrifices. We forgive the missing things because we know that you're going after your dreams, and when you're home, it's us. We don't have to have a social life. We don't have to go out and do crazy things. We just have to all be together. So I just want to say, Mike, to me, hits every mark that makes an exceptional athlete, no matter what you are, whatever your sport is, whatever your field is. He has all of those things, and then maybe a little more. And I'm so proud of you for this induction. I'm so proud of everything you've done. I am proud of the family that we have, the life that we've built, the friends that we have, and the people that are here with us. So thank you to all of you for recognizing that. And here's Mike. He's getting inducted.
Sniffles.
Congratulations on being inducted into our All Sports Museum and Hall of Fame.
This is amazing. I want to start by telling you I think I've only cried like 10 times in my life, and this is one of them. When my grandparents passed away, when my kids were born. A couple other times when I lost the Classic to skate race, I cried like a baby. And today, that was awesome. Thank you, Beck. I wanted to start. I'm going to go through this quick. My speech at the Hall of Fame, a couple of you guys were there, was like 45 minutes long. They literally played the Oscar music to pull me off. Mercer was like, "Get him off!" I'm going to keep it shorter. But I would like to thank you guys, first of all, for the induction. It's very, very humbling. I'm so proud to be from South Jersey and to be recognized, to have fishing recognized with these other mainstream sports. Thank you. Thank you. Really, really does mean a lot. Go Birds! I knew that was coming. I do want to start with where the fishing started for me, which is my uncle, my mom, my grandparents. I was a kid that was brought up in the fishing world, which was strange. Living in Philadelphia and then Runnymede, that wasn't a normal thing. So thank you guys. Thank you guys. It's my life, so thank you. I want to start with my friends. So growing up in Runnymede, we had about 100 or so kids at my middle school, a couple hundred kids in our high school, and there were 5 of us that fished. That was it. We were the oddballs, we were the weirdos, we were the strange ones, and but we had each other. So I've got a lot of them here today. Brian the Carpenter, John McGraw, Tom Hernishin, Dave Brodzik. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you very much for being my friends, you know? Thank you guys for being my friends. And it was an important part of getting my passion to the next level. So thank you guys. Becky mentioned it, but the South Jersey club scene was the biggest part of my professional career you can imagine. I remember being in, we talked a little bit about this earlier. I can remember being in high school and getting to that stage where I wanted to join a club. And there were so many famous clubs in the area. Fourth Ward, Garden State Bassmasters, Barrington Rod and Reel. And joining that club scene, Top Rod Bassmasters, was such an important part of my career. And all the things that followed, right? You know, you join that club scene and you're thrust into this new thing. So the New Jersey Bass Federation, the South Jersey Bass Club Association, Bass Fever Excaliburs, all the friends that I met through fishing. And I want to thank you guys because I always had drive that came from my mom and my uncle, but when you're driven by your friends and your peers and your surrounding people, you know, you're at a Saturday club banger with 13 other dudes. You just want to beat them. You want to be the best, right? That drive, that came from you guys. So thank you for that. Becky hit it really, really good, but it's been such a strange journey because there's a lot of times when you're not around. And I have such a good family support unit with my entire family. And I have my 2 older girls here, Drew and Riley. And guys, I love you to the moon and back. It was such a strange thing growing up in our house, I know. But thank you for putting up with me chasing this dream. It means so much. And I love you more than you know. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. I do want to mention this last, but definitely not least, is Becky. Becky changed everything for me when we met. She changed my life. She changed the business. She changed my passion. She's just the biggest motivational force I've ever had in my life, and I owe her so much. The businesses, the people I've met through Becky, Pro Edge, Bash University, the Ike Foundation, Going Ike, Ike Live, a lot of people that I've met through Becky, it's all because of her. I get to fish and she sits in the background and is the mastermind behind all this other stuff. And I get to stand up here and take credit for it. It's so easy to do that. But she really works hard, and I got to marry my friend and the best business mind in the world, and that's a rare combination. I love you, Beck. Love you to the moon and back. I did want to wrap it up by saying it's an amazing honor to be represented here, and I can remember really early on in my career traveling south, and I was the outcast. I was the guy that was different and young, and I screamed and I got excited. I was from Jersey. They thought I was part of the Jersey Shore class, you know, gym, tan, laundry. And I just stayed the course. And so all these years later to be recognized here at home, dude, this is the biggest honor in the world. This beats the Classic. This beats AOY. This beats all of that. So thank you for the recognition. And I want to end by saying it's nice that the sport is being recognized. It's nice that it's gotten to this level. But the only way to keep it going is to keep kids fishing. So of everything Becky and I have worked on, the Ike Foundation is the most important. And please get involved in getting kids fishing, whether it's through the Ike Foundation or just keep kids outside. It's the only way we're going to keep growing the sport. So I wanted to end with that. And thank you guys for this honor. It's amazing. Thank you very much.
Hey everybody, Mike Iaconelli. Thank you for watching Going Ike. I hope you learned something. While you're here, stop right now, hit that subscribe button. Become a subscriber to my channel. We have new content coming every single week. And while you're here, check out these other 2 videos. They're really, really good.